Hello and welcome back to Vicky World Art. Today I'm doing a vlog for you, and it's based on a story that I read in my life coach teacher's booklet. She has this newsletter called Life's Little Lessons, and it had this really cool story in it, and so she gave me permission to use it, and I'm going to share it with you today. Okay, so there was a large company, and the employees from this company went to lunch. And when they came back from lunch, came back to the building, there was a sign on the front of the door, and it said that the person who has been holding you back from progressing has died. And so there is a room that we've set up for the funeral. So all the employees were, go, oh my gosh, who died? This is awful. One of our, community died. Well, that quickly changed to, wait a minute. Who is this person who's been holding me back and stopping my progress in this company? And so the employees filed into the room where the funeral was being held, and sure enough, there was a coffin at the front of the room. And so each employee walked up to the coffin to look into it and see who this person was who had been holding them back. And each employee stopped and just stared into the coffin in awe. And so what do you think they found in the coffin? You guessed it, they found a mirror. So there was no deceased body in the coffin. Every time one of the individual employees looked down into the coffin, they looked into the mirror and saw themselves. And there was a sign next to the mirror that said, only you can hold yourself back and stop your own progression, and only you can change that direction and help yourself evolve. So I thought that was such an eye-opening thing to say, wow, hold the mirror up to your own face and say, yes, I'm responsible for evolving or staying stuck or what's ever happening in my own life. So that reminded me of a speaker that I heard at a conference a couple of months ago. And she had talked about how thoughts are super powerful. Our thoughts create our reality. And when I first heard this, I thought, oh, our thoughts create our reality. How does that happen? That sounded kind of woo-woo to me. But as she explained it, it really made sense. And so what she said is our thoughts, that constant loop of thoughts, usually kind of negative. I'm in the same boat too, that kind of negative loop of that inner critic going on. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. There's no way I could write a book. I don't have anything to say that people would want to read. All of those thoughts. I don't deserve a promotion, whatever. Those thoughts are so powerful, and they lead to influencing our feelings or emotions. And I've always heard that as human beings, 80% of our decisions are based on our emotions. So if you've got the negative thoughts, that gets into the emotions and the feelings, and it puts you into this negative kind of low vibe space of I can't, I'm not good enough, whatever those thoughts are, then that's going to lead to the actions that you take. And probably if you have those type of I can't thoughts, that's going to translate into shrinking back. Oh no, there's no way that I could get that promotion. Sally Jane over there is way more talented than I am. So my boss would never recognize me at all. Well, that's going to lead to the results of not getting that promotion because your action has been shrinking you back and not, trying. And so it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy that, oh, well, I knew it. Sally Jane got that promotion. I didn't, I knew I wasn't good enough. So what if you could turn those thoughts around into something positive and start thinking about what are my talents? What are the gifts that I've been given? Maybe you say, I am really creative. I'm a good problem solver. And so anytime there's an issue with, maybe the employees in our company, I'm the one who comes forward with a great idea. And everybody's like, yeah, it's a really great idea. So if you could figure out what those positive thoughts are about yourself, that's going to influence your emotions and your feelings. That's going to get you into a high vibe area of saying, I can do this. I am talented. I do have these gifts. And so therefore, that's going to influence your actions to saying, you know what? I'm going to volunteer to chair this committee. That's a really important committee for my business. I'm going to show my creativity, my problem solving talents. Wow, it really succeeded. And so now I have the courage to go to my boss and say, I'm a real asset to this company. Look at all these positive things I did with this committee work. It was a total success. I do deserve a promotion. So those results are going to be a new self-fulfilling prophecy going from that positive direction. So, it's easier said than done. How do you change your negative thoughts that are kind of a constant? We all have that loop in our head from that inner critic. And sometimes it's so stuck, it's so ingrained in our mind. How in the world do we change that? One thing that I have found very useful, this book, I don't know if you've read it, but I totally suggest it. It's Gabrielle Bernstein, May Cause Miracles. And it's this 40-day process of morning and evening exercises with 6 different themes. And one of the common threads throughout the book is just to be willing to say, I want to see this differently. I'm willing to see this differently. So as soon as you hear or perceive this negative thought in your head, in your mind, delete it, cancel it, say, I'm going to break up with you like I would a bad lover, get out of my brain. And even if you don't know what that positive thought should be, or even if you're not in a total place of belief that, oh yeah, I can do this, just that little willingness to say, I'm willing to see this differently, that will open a door and allow the universe to show you something that you haven't seen before, and it's probably going to be a much more positive thing. So I would like to invite you to experiment with that, maybe for the next week. Every time you hear one of those negative thoughts creeping in, cancel, delete, break up with it, and then say, okay, universe, I am willing to see this differently. I'm willing to have a different perception, a different view on things. And I bet you anything, the universe is going to shine a light on that area of your life and give you a positive thought in that direction, leading to a positive feeling and emotion, leading to a positive action, and that will start building up these positive results to help you fulfill whatever dream that you want to fulfill. So I would love to hear from you. If you'd like to tell me what you've been experiencing with this, send me an email at vickyworldart@gmail.com. Or if you're looking at the blog on my website, give me a comment at the end of the blog. So shine on, and I will talk to you later. Bye.